For this log, we will have Flutter button widget. This widget will have text button, elevated button, and outline button. So we're going to clean up our main.dart file. We're going to clean some codes, and then we're going to add the debug show checked mode banner to false. Then we're going to replace the title with button widgets. We're going to create a stateful widget called my widget. Then we're going to put it inside the home, so it would be our home page. So we're going to replace the container with a scaffold, and then we'll supply the app bar with the title, with the text widget with a value of button widget. Then for the body, we will have a center with a child of column. So then the column will have a main axis alignment so that everything is on the center. So for the children, we will have a text widget, and it will be const text widget and with a value of default button. Now we will create a spacer. That spacer will be a const size box widget with the height of 18. Now we can create the text button widget. So that would be the first text button. So the text button is a plain button, or it's a normal button. So to create a text button, just text button. It has a required constructor, which is onPress and child. For the child, we will have a const text widget with a value of text button. Now save that. As you can see, we have our text button. Now, I think, yeah, let's have this. Text button widget is a plain button. So we're going to wrap our column with row widget, and let's give it a main axis alignment to center. No, not center. That space evenly. Then we're going to copy the column, and then we will have a comment for the first column, and then for the second column as well for customize button. Now we're going to replace the text widget value with customize button so that we can compare between the default value and the customized one. I'll save that. And then we're going to give a style for our text button, or we're going to customize the style or override the style of a button or the text button. Now, as you can see, you can actually override these values, this constructor. Close that, and then we're going to change the background. To change that, we will have we're going to access the material state property all, so that we can actually change the value, and that would be a color, and choose what kind of color that you wanted to change. Now save that. As you can see, the background of the button is changed. We're going to put the const here. Now save that. Then we're going to change the or override the foreground color copy the material state property all, and then change it with a black color for the font color. Now, as you can see, it's different from the default button. Now we're going to overwrite the shape of our button, our text button. So for the value, we will have a rounded rectangular border, and then the border radius would be a circular. It would be circular with the value of 20, or the radius would be 20. So we're going to delete the const, and here we supply that const and save that. As you can see, the edges is now rounded. So let's give a on-press functionality of our text button with show dialog. So it has a required required constructor, which is content and builder. So let's give a builder function, and then we're going to return it a wait, we're going to return a alert dialog. And then the alert dialog will have a title of text. We will have a text widget with a value of text button, then with a content of a single child scroll view with a child of text widget, and that hold the value of a plain button. So let's put a const there, and then we're going to add an action button, which is a text button, of course. So as you can see, a required constructor, which is a onPress and a child, and that child will consist a const text widget, and the value would be okay. So we're going to add a function here on the onPress to navigate on the button web page, a button widgets page when it press OK. So we're going to copy our show dialog function, and then we're going to paste it here in our customized text button, and then we're going to add some value on the text widget. As you can see, a customized plain button. And now I think we're done with our text button. Now we're going to have the elevated button widget. So elevated button widget, it will elevate the button when it press, or well, it means that the elevation value is predefined. So to create an elevated button, just type elevated button, and we have a required construction, which is on press and child, just like text button. And we will, on the child, we will give a text widget with a value of elevated button. Now we will add a spacer here. For our spacer is just only a const size box widget with a height of 18. Now we're going to copy the show dialog from the text widget no, text button widget, and we're going to replace the title and the content child text widget with elevated. And now for the title it would be elevated button, and for the content it will be elevation value is predefined button on this button. So save that. Yes, okay, it's working. Now as you can see to the button, it's elevated. Now we're going to copy the spacer and the elevated function, elevated button inside the customize buttons. Now we're going to copy the style from the text button, and we're going to paste it in the elevated button. As you can see, the style is working and overrided the default ones. However, the other default or the set styles, the default style, it's still um, still not affected from the changes. So here we will have our outline button. So outline button is it's same as the text button with outline. That is the difference with an outline. So which means that, well, means an outline is defined, is predefined on this. It's predefined on this button widget. Now we're going to copy the spacer. Yes, there, top of the outline button, and we're going to create our outline button. Now the we have a required constructor, which is the onPress and child, and that we give the child a text widget with a value of outline button. Now save that. As you can see, we have an outline button. Now we're going to copy the dialog show dialog function, and we paste that, and then we replace the title with outline button, and then also we replace the content child text widget with outline is defined on this button. So inside the action, we were going to replace the elevated button with outline button. So as you can see, the OK button is an outline button. That is an elevated button. Now, yeah. So we're going to copy that all and paste that in our customize button. So save that. Now if we're going to copy the styles for in the elevated button, and we're going to try to paste there inside the outline button, as you can see, it's override the default value of the outline button. Now those buttons are everything are similar. However, the the presets or the free styles or the styles that already defined is can be overridden. Now both these three buttons can actually override and can be look the same as long as you are going to override the button style, and they're actually same. Now as you can see here, we have our text button. Yeah, that is our text button. Then this is our elevated button, and this is our outline button, a default outline button. Now save that, And that's all. Those are basic, and you can actually check out the flutter.dev or the official website of Flutter. Thank you.